Sit your podcast down, man. Full house today, surprisingly. Of course, we have a full house for this of all things to talk about. Whatever.
Yeah.
G's in the building. Hello. Interesting
Yep.
choice. Interesting choice. I like it though. Reek's in the building. No murder Reek, but I'm still concerned.
Right, so it still could be coming out.
I'm still concerned. Drea's here. Hello. Welcome.
Hello. Happy to be here.
Yeah. McFly always in the building. All right. So a lot of heat on this one. And I get why, but I also don't get why at the same time, if that makes any sense. Caitlin Clark, man. I guess she's good for the WNBA. Like a lot of eyeballs, a lot of people watching the sport, which is great. She's been getting knocked around a little bit. Now, I don't think that has anything to do with her being popular. I think it's just some rookie shit, realistically. I think the outrage around it has been because she's Caitlin Clark. But obviously, I know offline, Arik and Drea had a lot of takes on this. So I'm gonna refer to y'all, man. Obviously, we have the file situation. Then Monica McNutt, great name, New Yorker, love her. Read the fuck out of Stephen A. So
She did smoke him.
he was just like, well, okay.
He just said, wow.
Wow.
He was hot. She may not be on that shit again in a while. I'm telling you right now, he was mad. But we'll let me get y'all takes on anything I said. That obviously what's going on, how the league's been treating her. Y'all go. I want to hear your take on this.
Wait. Before y'all do that, did y'all hear his response? Did that matter, or that was like, nah? He just, to me, it sounded like he was just, you know what I mean?
Like he went on for like 30 minutes, and I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't even know he had a response.
His response almost confirmed what she said.
Yeah.
Me. He just tried to. He's good at like manipulating it, but like his response kind of proved that she was right to read you. Kind of proved it to me, but that's my take on it.
I mean, that was my first time ever seeing him speechless. So
man talks for a living, and
that was. I was like, I said wow when he said wow, but yeah, he was stuck. He was definitely stuck. I mean, she has some good points. I think this whole situation is just crazy. It's been blown out of proportion on so many different levels. Race has a huge huge thing to do with it. Like I don't understand how it doesn't. Then you have what's it, Pat McAfee over here calling her a white.
He did call her that, which was I find rather funny.
I don't know why he thought that was gonna go over well. Like he's like, yeah, we got this white bitch in town, and she's gonna. And I'm just like, what is wrong with this man?
Well, okay, so bad job to Pat McAfee. He's an absolute idiot. Let's start there. Pat McAfee is an absolute idiot, and he also does like wrestling commentary, and he sounds like he's hopped up on a mountain doing cocaine all the time. So like a lot of what he says, I'm kind of just like, I don't excuse it. I just look at it like he's an idiot who's always like just on 10. So
yeah,
whatever.
I'm not very familiar with him. His show gives me MAGA vibes. I don't know what it is about it. It just it's very cringy.
Maybe the all white male about it makes it feel like that. I mean, I
guys
will say
not
this.
wearing any suits.
I will
no,
say this.
That's
I don't
true.
think he know what it is. He gives off young Joe Rogan, but less N words. He's young Joe Rogan, but less. He's because like you hear liberals and like black folk, they love Joe Rogan. Joe, my guy, he love him. Everybody loves him. But he'll also bring on like super racist, weird right wing guys, and be like, "Well, explain what you mean by that." Okay, cool. They're not gonna fight you on shit. Gonna give you a platform. You gonna talk. He gonna talk about his shit. Give you weird stories. He gonna leave.
He gonna let you get your rocks off.
Right. So he's definitely young. He gives young Rogan vibes for sure.
Yeah, Rogan consistently lets everybody be wrong without challenging them.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's consistent about that. Everybody gets to do it. It's just like,
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
But back to Caitlin. I just think that race plays a huge factor in how the media covers her. and how her fans support her. The types of fans that she has, it doesn't look good. Like I'm sure she doesn't necessarily want to talk about it, and I understand that because she doesn't feel like she should have to. She just wants to play ball, but I just don't understand. Me personally, um I could not be an athlete and have those types of people supporting me. And when I say those types of people, we all know who I'm talking about.
I don't.
And it's the MAGA crowd.
Oh, thanks.
It's the MAGA crowd. It's the make America great again, like make basketball great again. When it's just like it's off-putting. It's extremely jarring when you see some of the headlines. It's like, oh, she's being beat down, and like they're targeting her. Everyone's jealous of her. And I mean, to say jealousy does not play a role in any of this, I would be wrong to probably assume that there's no jealousy. I'm sure. But I mean, these are people, these are athletes. I mean, and for the most part, most of these people that have these takes about what's happening, they don't even watch the league. They've never watched the WNBA a day in their lives. So they don't even know exactly. So they have no clue how it normally works. Women's basketball is vicious. Like it just is. It's very aggressive. And Caitlin is little. She is skinny as hell. She needs to get in the gym, get her weight up so that she could use her body more and like make her way. She's a rookie. She gonna get the rookie treatment just like anybody else. But I guess because she's the superstar, the unicorn, that white bitch, according to Pat McAfee, she shouldn't be touched. And it's crazy to me how we're just like, oh, this isn't fair. The league, they've been wanting this exposure and now they're treating their star player so poorly. And I'm just like, so what's she supposed to just be able to walk up and score wherever she feels like it? Like, what are we talking about here? This is stupid.
And I think it's coming from two perspectives. Because that perspective you just said, I think that's the casuals who don't really watch MAGA America. Like that's their views on. Like they, for some reason, they wanted for her to be like easier on her. She's this, and you're treating her like this. Like she been getting treated like that since college. Like y'all people forget, like they were trying to invite her to the White House for like, giving a good effort when they lost. Like people forget about that shit.
That was so disrespectful.
You know what I mean?
So
like
disrespectful.
So that type of coddling, like people have been conditioned to see that type of coddling of her since college. So now she's in the league, and I think players have a different perspective. They're out to show her, like, yeah, they're a little bit jealous, but they're not jealous like in the sense that, everybody's coming to watch them. They're more jealous. In fact, she's getting all this money, and they look at her like, she's not that nice.
She's a loser.
We're out to prove that she ain't that good.
Yeah, she's a loser.
No, with all it, like, no, honestly, it's like you lost. You do not have any hardware. You've never won a championship. You know how many women she's on the floor with that have won championships as collegiate athletes and even as professional athletes? But you think you're supposed to get some royal treatment? You literally lost. You lost.
And that's true too, because you got a lot of former national champions, WNBA champions, and you trying to put her on their level, and they're like, yo, she hasn't done any of this. It's like, and because of who she is, like, rookies get that type of treatment. Like, I haven't seen Caitlin get hit
in any sport.
In any
across,
sport.
Across every country, you are going to get hazed somewhat. By
across
the team, by your own
generations
team.
too. It's not just this generation. It's across generations.
You're right. Not a new thing either. It's something that happens. Younger ones get that's what happens.
As many times we've seen Caitlin get hit, I have yet to see her get choke slammed like like Angel Reese did. She got Undertaker choke slammed by a real big.
Choke slam was crazy.
She really by a big. Did.
Like Caitlin was getting pushed around by guards. But the thing is with that I think irritates me that casuals don't see, because they treat her like, the white girl in the Scary Movie, when she falls and, and nobody thinks, like, why is she in this situation to begin with? Why are they trying to kill her? And it's just like, when she gets hit or pushed, nobody let's go back a few plays. Let's see what happens. And me being around basketball as much as I'm around, coaching, playing, all that stuff doesn't happen for no reason. So when she
Never
got
happened.
pushed the other day, you see the girl, she's like, you bitch. Something happened before that. She
Yeah.
ain't just doing it.
Right. No one's
they-
just
Yeah.
gonna haul off and
Right.
then push you.
So people sitting there looking, now they go back a few plays. Oh, snap. She was standing around, watching people fight for a rebound. She jumps in, throws an elbow, talks crazy. The other girl comes down, all right, I'm going to give you a bucket, and I'm going to remind you we ain't playing that shit.
And it's funny you say standing around, because on that possession, when you're looking at her, it's like, what is she even doing?
Why
Like,
are you
what are
down there? Go box
Right.
out. Go
No,
do a
right,
basketball
like-
thing.
Right.
It's
If
just
you
Go
like-
do
there,
a
like-
basketball thing. It's like,
right. You don't
Like-
go in there, throw an elbow, and then start talking like, and she looks like she says, like she's on the cast of Mean Girls. Like, that's all she was in Iowa. That was her and the cast of Mean Girls, and that's how they talk shit to people. Like, they like, your mother's a whore type insults. You know what I mean? Like, you can sit there and think, like, they say like crazy, wild stuff that just ain't got nothing to do with basketball.
Kevin Garnett-esque.
Yeah, right. KG type stuff. It ain't like you can't shoot, bitch. It's like, nah, like, your daddy left you when you were 6, whore. Like, it's
what,
like
what,
stuff
what
like
did he
that.
say from the way? He said he had cancer.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, KG, what's good with you, bro?
Yeah.
Second man
Yeah,
got
he's
cancer.
wild.
Wow.
Like, she
But
might
she-
even said some KG shit.
she-
Like, hell no, trash ass nigga. Like, she might have said that.
Yeah, I don't have no problems with none of that. I have no problems with anything she has done herself. All my problems come with the support and the fans and all the media coverage of it, because she hasn't done anything that hasn't been in basketball forever. And I expect her to do this stuff. I expect somebody to come in and talk their stuff. I expect somebody to come in and get aggressive. I actually expect people to come in and complain they don't get a call. Like, the AAU culture has made me to expect that now. So all this stuff, oh, she's complaining. Sure, I complain in a rec league. You know what I mean?
Right.
I know she gonna complain. It's just that when casuals are on the train station talking about, yeah, man, that Angel Reese stuff is crazy, man. Angel Reese is a thug, and she's out here destroying people for no reason. And it's like, I don't know why she's so angry at Caitlin. It's like, man, just see what she did. Are y'all?
Right.
What are
Right.
y'all watching?
Right. You ain't on the court hearing what she's saying or doing.
At
So
all.
it's like,
Yeah.
they ain't.
Y'all
just
ain't
going-
ever competed in nothing.
Right.
You couldn't
Yeah,
have.
no, seriously. And that's what it boils down to, is just like a lot of people who just don't know sports, don't know the W, don't know, like they just, I don't know. They just feel like,
And-
and that's kind of why the race thing is such a big thing for me, because it's like, you don't even know what you're talking about. You're just only saying this because she's white and you feel like this white girl should not be getting tossed around. Not to mention, she's also straight. She's also hetero.
There's
So
a
this,
Yeah,
so
you touched on it, so I'll yes, we'll go down that rabbit hole for a moment.
like, how dare these LBGTQ?
That is a
people.
part of this that that's the part that the racism is scary enough. The LGBTQ shit is even scarier for them. And that's the reality of it. You don't want to accept the fact that, let's be clear, the WNBA is represented largely by 2 particular demographics: people of color and people of the LGBTQ community, right?
Right.
That don't sell like white and straight. It don't. And while she is phenomenal as a talent in college and will maybe gain that form at some point in the pros, a lot of her support from the casuals, from the MAGA crowd, is the people that are against that other shit. And that is the point that no one wants to talk about.
No.
Should those girls be jealous of her somewhat? Yeah, a little bit. Bitch, I've been grinding. And you just come out here and just look the right color and have a boyfriend, and now you the best shit smoking out here. I've been cooking. I got rings. I have accolades. I've been doing this as a pro. No one gave a fuck. And I can understand there being some jealousy, some anger,
Yeah.
and being like, so
Absolutely.
now we're valid because this white chick shows up. We're valid now. We were valid before this. But the casuals didn't care. The eyeballs weren't there. The money wasn't there. And I feel
Because-
like that's
She
why
got
this
them
is
the
more than
charters.
just basketball.
Yeah,
now they
She
got,
got them
right.
the charters.
Now we got
Right.
charters. So now it's and I think that's also the problem though. It shouldn't be about
Yeah.
the racism and the LGBT. It shouldn't be about that. It should be about actually what's happening in front of you. It's a good basketball. Is it
Right.
entertaining? That's what the whole point of this should be.
She
But
right.
it's not.
And I think that class, because it's headed by Caitlyn, but that class, her, Angel, Cam Brink, the other girl from the Sparks, like they usher in, like you were saying, not like one is white and straight, but then the rest of them, two are white and straight, but they're all pretty and straight.
But Angel shared that
they're
also
attractive,
helps with
right.
the.
This is true.
They're attractive. So this is what when they came with the idea of the WNBA, this new group is what they envisioned the WNBA would be. Like you got a bunch of pretty women that can hoop out there playing ball. When the WNBA was at its lowest, we know who was dominating the league. And we'll tell you, like, and y'all better be glad it wasn't the WNBA had a light like it did back then when they had the Brittany Grinders and all them run the league, because y'all domestic violence rates was through the roof at that point.
Let's also be clear here too. This is not unique to just basketball. Attractiveness is used to promote everything in this country, true. Sports included. That's why they talk about the NBA being such a marketable. I think they're trying to like find guys that like are attractive to the average fan. Yeah, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get the casual eyes, the casual dollars to come watch them play. And again, if you're the WNBA, and we've seen it, Brittany Griner was amazing. Why didn't she get this push?
Yeah,
we know why.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be funny, but we know why that happened.
You know what I mean? Right. It's like nobody trying to go see her play.
Yeah.
Like
dunking and all that didn't matter.
Right. As a current,
I want to see Dejanay Carrington play. I want to see her play. I'll see Cam play. I'll see Angel play.
And as a current player, you can only blame the WNBA for how it used to be, because clearly they had the ability to do something when they wanted to, and they're clearly doing it now. So you can be mad at Caitlin Clark, and that's cool, but like really you need to be mad at your organization and to an extent, whoever's making decisions. And maybe it's not the WNBA, but you need to be looking at, okay, who's making these media decisions? Like, what's up?
Because who runs the marketing department knows what they're doing. They know what's getting the eyeballs, and it's not what has worked in the past, has not worked in the past.
And they kept doing it. They
go to this new eye.
Right, yeah. It's like nobody wants to see that. Like, they can say what they want. Nobody wants to watch that.
I mean, you got a bunch of no one did watch it. And
nobody did watch it, right?
That's kind of the problem.
It's like you think women's basketball, I want to see women. You know what I mean? Y'all can see, like, it's not saying they not women, but you're not trying to look like women.
Like, I think okay, we can say it's not getting canceled. It needs to be some, I guess, mystery there. It makes it more palatable for the masses. When there's a mystery around it, or at least it's leaning towards hetero, it's more palatable. That's just how it's been treated. When it's not treated that way. Now, should that matter? Hey, in a perfect world, wish a lot of things didn't happen, but it's what
like Brittany Griner walks around with a shirt off.
Yo, dude.
You get on Brittany Griner.
You know what I mean? Like,
you gotta get on Brittany Griner. Yes,
but this is a fact, though.
She does not move the needle like
she doesn't. But this is the type of stuff
even Angel Reese, does not move the needle like they do. 100%. I'll give you that one. There's no way around that.
No, I mean, like, that's what people. It's a WNBA. We got the NBA for that reason. You know what I mean? You can't be out there with that look. Like, y'all can't even dunk. So it's like you can't even like
the look. The look does not help them. Again, there's an aesthetic nature to what's gonna help itself, and that aesthetic just is not popular.
Yeah, but we can't pretend, and we can't pretend like it's not like that, because when did the NBA start getting popular? When the NBA started, they started getting more into fashion. Now they showing up, and now people that don't care about basketball are watching a ton of interests, and like we can't pretend that that's not important, and we can pussyfoot around it and act like we try to be politically correct, but this is what's important. This is what sells. I'm sorry, I didn't make that call.
I mean, the NBA was the same thing. They started doing the same shit, working in fashion, like working on more than just, hey, it's got great fundamentals. That was the league for so long. It was like, look at these fundamentals. That ain't
no one cares about
that. Not selling this league.
Like ain't selling the league. Like the appearance matters. Like they doing a pregame, and you got women walking in looking like Chief Keef. I don't want to see that.
You gotta cut.
Wait, what? I had an
Dashiki.
actual question and now I've just lost it. Wait, what year did Skylar Diggins
And she
come
got
to the
it
W?
too.
But they didn't market her
They didn't market
They
her.
didn't
They didn't
market her
market
at
her.
all.
I didn't understand
I
it either.
thought
I'm like, this was such an easy thing to do, and they
But,
were just
like-
like,
It's an easy
no,
thing
it's
to
about
do.
ball.
But and the other thing is they don't realize, like, when you look back at those times, I know we making a lot of jokes up here, but you can look back at articles about how the straight women were being treated in the league.
That
A
is
lot of women
thing.
didn't
They
like
gotta-
playing
they
in
gotta cut that
WNBA
out.
because they getting bullied and hazed or hit on. Like, because you know how it is for women. Imagine you being in a room full of, like, in the same locker room with a bunch of dudes every game.
Not the best. Not the best.
You know
feeling.
what I mean? And that's
could
and that's
And I have seen
Yeah.
some articles about that. Some
I'd rather be in a
unfortunate
locker room with
cases
bears.
right.
Yo, I can't say
Bears though.
you didn't hear the what is it? All the social media haze around being. Would you rather be trapped in a room with a man or in the woods with a bear or something like that? And like women were saying the bear.
A
Yeah,
bear?
well,
Yeah.
A bear?
They were choosing the bear over the men.
Like is it like a whole like bunch of woods, or is it like a select area of the woods?
They
No,
chose
bear.
they chose bear, man.
They
I
chose
just
bear.
they
they
Because
chose
a
bear, man.
Because a bear is a bear.
they didn't ask a lot of questions. They just, oh, bear, clear. Like,
Yeah.
they
Bear.
didn't say what kind of man. They
The
didn't like.
fuck.
They never said like, yo, would you sit for
what if
stay
a
with this
man
bear or
in a
murderer?
wheelchair versus a bear that's 10 feet
Right.
from you? Like there's some
I
cat.
mean,
Like,
what
there's
if
like-
you say
like, what
man
if- right,
in a
what if-
wheelchair? It's just like
yeah,
an
like-
I'm
able-bodied
just saying, but
man.
there's some
But
variation
they didn't say
where it's like the
able-bodied
man
man.
should
Yeah,
win,
that's
right?
Right. Yeah. It's
A
like,
lot of
hey,
variations the man should win. Okay.
Right. Like, hey, like, what if you stuck with Stephen Hawkins or a bear? Which one's safer? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Bear.
yeah, like,
Probably the bear, probably.
Yeah.
Bear won't talk to me.
Yeah, that
Exactly.
was some of the
That's
reasons.
That's
Yeah,
literally
that was the
yeah,
reasons.
That
that's-
is
so you rather like
I
say,
have been verbally assaulted by a man. I will never
By a
be
man that
verbally
can-
assaulted
by
by
a
a
man that
bear.
Well,
can't
you
even
can-
talk. If
yeah,
you got
you can-
Hawkins,
you
he
can
just
be-
typing at you.
a bear can literally rip you apart. Like,
I guess
Say
it
the
all
wrong
depends
thing
on the
to a
color.
bear.
Black, brown, or white. Because
bear.
I think polar bears, they'll kill you. Black bears, I think
They will.
First of
They-
all bears will kill you.
I think like
I
if
think
if
one-
you push the wrong button in any of them.
Yeah.
I think what,
Yeah.
If they feel like their
Well-
kids are threatened, their cubs are threatened, you are dead.
Right. But yeah, I mean, back to what we were talking about. I was just saying, like, I didn't understand why the WNBA dropped the ball with Skylar, because I just thought at that point that was when I was really, really into the W, and when I saw her, I was just like, okay, a pretty girl. You know, she could play ball, and like,
I could tell you, she got married and got pregnant.
Yeah.
That's another reason.
yeah,
Yeah. I look at somebody like Candace Parker, who's kind of like made her
Candace
own
Parker
way,
as well.
you know, and I'm not gonna pretend that I don't know. I didn't follow it, so maybe you can educate me, but I don't feel like the WNBA helped her. I think she kind of went and did it on
I
her
don't-
own.
Yeah, I don't think they pushed her. They didn't push Maya
No.
Moore.
But
like
they should've.
No, Maya
like-
Moore was another one.
They should have. Those moments where she has her kid, you know, like the same stuff they did with Rondo. Rondo got his kid in the bubble and they made that a thing. They made
Right.
that like a 2-day conversation. Like, this is what you should be doing for them. And this is why I'm looking at them like, yo, do I necessarily wake up and try to go watch the WNBA? No, but if you give me a
No, but
compelling story, I'll tune in.
Exactly.
Like I'm
exactly.
surprised, like just off the fact, because even at that time in WNBA, just even the appearance, we don't have to know what you are, your sexual preference, but
No.
just like the look, like, hey, can you look more ladylike, or like put in some type of dress code or something like that? You know what I mean? Because
Or
that's
just
what people want to see.
just look fashionable. Yeah, you don't
Right.
even have to be ladylike. Just like
Yeah.
quite literally
You're
be
right.
fashionable.
If it was
Right.
fashionable, it wouldn't matter what it was.
Yeah, look
Fashionable,
what
right,
Russell
right,
Wilson.
right.
I mean, Russell Westbrook comes dressed as a clown every other week. So like,
Yeah.
just be
Right?
fashionable.
Yeah, right. Just be fashionable, like, you know. But come on, you can't be dressing like a rapper.
Did you see Caitlin's outfit the other day? The silk
Oh, yeah.
pantsuit that looked like pajamas with the heels.
I
I
guess
mean,
that's fashion. So
yeah, I guess, like, yeah,
Wait.
it's better than coming to a game in a wife beater and some jeans. It's like, yo, who do you think you are, man? Like, you're a woman.
Some of these fits be
Like-
fire. I'm like, wow, okay.
Get our Puerto Rican princess.
Oh, you
Alright,
talking about
so-
Kelsey Kelsey Plum.
Our Irish Puerto Rican princess.
You know, she's
Yeah,
not
she-
Irish.
She be
I don't know.
dressing crazy.
The
Yeah.
way she ate that popcorn, movie. Yeah, like
All right, you go.
Yeah.
Boo.
I just say my final statement. It's very telling to look at how they're marketing it now and how I'm looking back and I'm like, y'all could have did this.
Y'all could
Y'all
have
had
been
like
They could've.
y'all had one or two
But
that
I
y'all
think-
could have did this for.
right, but I think it's just like the perfect storm because they all built a reputation in college, and then they are the look that we're looking for.
They also
Mhm.
the TV rights changed. They realized, oh shit, let's find a way to make this shit market on its own, not just attached to the NBA. I think that makes you get more creative, and now you're seeing what that looks like. The league has to embrace it a bit more, but
But
tell them,
they didn't
listen,
even try to do that before.
Because it's,
So-
I mean, but it's
I'm just
also
saying, I think
it was
the
a
change help
yeah,
that.
but it was also a lot of stuff. I remember like it was like almost felt like every week a domestic violence thing was coming up for one of these
Bad.
players.
It was
It
bad.
was.
So it's
It
like
was
this ain't
bad.
the time
was
like to be
bad.
shining the light on the league because if people were doing that at that time, boy, woohoo!
Not good.
Was
Man.
I remember Brittany Griner had some bad
Yes, she did.
accusations.
Man,
Was it with the woman that she's with now, or is that a different?
I don't know. I
I'm
don't
not
know.
sure,
I know
sure.
it was like a lot of
Okay.
them. Like
It
it
was
seemed like
bad though. It was bad.
yeah,
It
it
was
felt like
bad.
weekly. It was like y'all was playing
I
real
said, all
physical
these-
on and
I
off
said
the
all these
court.
Allen Iverson
Real
bitches.
They weren't even. I mean, damn.
Hey, man.
Another one.
They need to catch up, man. Angel Reese, she did a photo shoot. She did a whole press release for a line. They're like, y'all should have been had clothing lines when y'all came out with the one leg spandex
Yeah.
or whatever. Like that should have
Yeah.
been that would have literally been
Hey,
everywhere.
And Asia
Branded.
Wilson, like she was like Asia was the best player in the league.